think in general commercial radio is it's the Arkansas backwater of the music industry, and it's incomprehensible to me how things are programmed. It's totally useless and negative way of running radio stations, and I don't understand it. You know, the Arcade Fire is an incredible band, in my opinion, and they're an important band, and they write singles. So why not play the damn singles? I don't, you know.
Well, it's kind of a feedback loop, because it's like a song has to sound a certain way to be on the radio, but it's an arbitrary decision what it's supposed to sound like, and so then people make music that sound like the thing that it's supposed to sound like, and no one really knows who decided that it had to sound that way, but it does, believe me.
And it's about selling advertising ultimately, right? If they're selling their quotient of advertising to their advertisers, they don't want to mess with a thing that ain't broke. That's their job, is they make money for their corporation, and I understand that, but I think it results in a lot of very, very unadventurous, very depressingly mundane radio programming, as anyone knows who flips around the dial. And especially at a time like this, when there do seem to be a lot of great bands in this country and elsewhere who are really permeating through the culture in many, many levels. It seems like the one part of the media that is not supportive, or not consistently supportive anyway, is commercial radio. You know, there's a station called The Edge in Toronto, and it's a great station. It plays some great tunes, and certainly if you're an indie band, it's your one kind of hope to get on commercial radio. But they don't seem brave enough to just commit to playing great music all day long. It's like you'll hear, you know, the Arcade Fire and Tapes and Tapes and Audio Slave, or Stars and then Nickelback. It's like, I mean, if Nickelback is what you're playing, then play it and spare me. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
I agree. I feel like the radio is trying to do the opposite of what we're trying to do. There's actual radio stations in Toronto and in Montreal that say, I don't want to keep bringing up the classical music thing, but they keep on encouraging people to relax. They advertise as being the city's most relaxing classical music album, or on the airplane, drift off to the soothing sounds of Tchaikovsky. So it's as if you're supposed to turn your brain off instead of turn your brain on, which is exactly the opposite of what the composers are trying to do.
Yes.
I actually heard an ad on a pop station in Montreal. It was like, you know, like the perfect tempo for your workday, and no lyrics to make you embarrassed. I was like, what in the hell is that?
That's why they're not playing our record.
Like, that's a selling point, you know? Like, what's that? Yeah, no lyrics in the explaining or make you feel embarrassed. It's like, wow.
Free radio.
There is.
Bring on World War III.
It's probably part of the reason for the rise of online radio too. There are some amazing destinations online and podcasts. The CBC Radio 3 podcast I listen to that when I'm cutting the grass on Saturday. That's my weekly listen of new great music. It's incredible.
And if you go into those buildings like XM or Sirius, those people are actually happy to be at work. They're in a good mood. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're at a radio station and they're in a really good mood. It's amazing.
Question here?
Yeah.